Good afternoon, everybody. We're back in Kat's Cooking Kitchen today. Find us on Facebook and YouTube. Today, we're going to make some macaroni salad. And I thought I would show you my little Cuisinart poacher, hard boiler, eggy thing. Let me move. I should have had you down here. Here we go. It will poach and it will hard boil, and I don't know what else it does. That's all I use it for. And it will hold 10 eggs, so we're going to load up. So we'll use about half these eggs for my macaroni salad today. And then the other 5 eggs I'm going to turn into chicken salad deviled eggs. Kind of sounds good. So here we go. You just put the lid on, turn it on. It does all the work for me. It will beep when it's ready, and I will put them in an ice bath until they're cool enough to handle, and then I'll be back and we will start making Kat's macaroni salad. So I hope you'll stay tuned. Of course, I'll be gone a while, but to you, I'm only gone a second. I love how that works. It's pretty cool. So anyway, see you in a second. Hi, welcome back. My eggs are out. They've been cooled. Got some water on here boiling for the macaroni. I'm going to liberally salt the water, probably a couple teaspoons anyway. And then we're going to add, it's boiling, so we're going to add our 2 cups of elbow macaroni. I usually use small shells because I don't know, I just like them. But they are, oh, not they, I am out of them. Sorry. So this is going to take about 5 or 6 minutes. And while we wait on that, we're going to do some celery and onions, get our eggs ready. We're going to start on the base of our macaroni salad. So I'll do the onion first, I think. The recipe calls for a half a cup of onion and celery, and I kind of eyeball it. This might be a little short. I don't like too big a onion pieces. So we're going to dice them up a little bit more. I don't think you can see what I'm doing very well. There we go. I'm just taking my knife. I'm leaving the tip on the board. I'm lifting and chopping till I get about the size I want. Sometimes I run them through my mini chopper. I love onions and I love the onion flavor, but I do not like to get big hunks of onion. That's not too bad. Okay. And that looks to be just about a half a cup. So about a half of a small onion. There's the other half. Now the same thing with my celery. I don't want big hunks. I've already cleaned off the ends and ran this under water. That way I just keep them all together. Just take off about as much as I think will be. Did you get some celery, Daisy? My ever vigilant cooking buddy is out here. always count on her to clean up. The dog will eat just about anything. She'll eat celery if it's small. She doesn't care for big hunks of celery, but she'll eat it. I haven't found too much this dog wouldn't eat. Okay. Let me see. I'm curious. Is this the half cup? No, that's the third cup. Here's my half cup measure. And I have about the same amount of celery as I had onion. So as you can see, it's a half cup. You don't always have to measure. It doesn't have to be strictly a half cup. If you like more onion, put a 3/4 cup in, whatever you like. Same way with salt and pepper and other seasonings. Use what you use. All my recipes are very flexible and can be kind of mishmashed around. Adding, taking away from. The basics stay the same. And actually, if you're doing low carb and your recipe calls for onions, try using diced up radishes. They're lower in carb and they still give you that little bite that an onion will give you for less carbs. Now, macaroni salad is, of course, a no, unless you have a 0 or very low carb pasta that you can use. I have some noodle pastas. I'm putting in the rest of my jar of mayo here. And I've got about half to 3/4 cup. It's probably going to take more. But now I'm back to my Dukes. They had Dukes the other day, so I'm good to go with that. So we'll see. Macaroni salad almost always needs a little extra mayonnaise once everything gets settled in and it has time to sit. That's not. I guess it is. These are small elbow macaronis. Now I'm going to take this over to the sink and I'm going to strain it. While that cools, we'll finish getting the rest of it into the salad. There we go. Turn our heat off. All right, so now we're going to add a little salt and pepper. Just a teaspoon. You can always add more, but you can't take it out once it's in there. So we'll do just a half a teaspoon of pepper to start. I forgot my recipe card. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Thought it was a half a cup of sugar. And here's my sugar. Get all this ready so when the macaroni is cooled, we'll be ready to fold that into our salad. Now I like to add my egg yolks to my mayonnaise. And I might do that. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just chop the eggs up and get them going and leave them as is. Today, I like to take a paper towel and crack my eggs on it. I start with the fat end. And then they just come out so nice. Help me. The other 5 of my eggs are right there. That one's tough. I don't know if it'll feel as easy. And what I'll do is, just in case there's any eggshell dust or little pieces of eggshell left on the egg, I'll rinse them off in the ice bath that I still have the other 5 eggs in. And this is so easy. The nice thing about making macaroni salad, if your boiled eggs don't come out the way you want, if they're a little sticky and they're not peeling quite as nice as these are, it's okay, because you're just going to chop them up anyway, and nobody will know. Nobody but you. But if you're wanting to make deviled eggs, then you hope and pray they come out. I put a little vinegar, even in my Cuisinart cooker, but I always put a little vinegar in my water when I'm hard boiling eggs. And you don't want to use fresh eggs. I'll make sure they're probably, give them about 5 days or so before you go to make your hard-boiled eggs. The eggs tend to peel just a lot easier. Boy, if they're fresh, it's not so easy. I am not sure, so you can't quote me on this, but I think you get more of an air pocket if they're a little older, and that helps. It also helps if they're sticking to peel them in the water, because it kind of helps the water get under the shell a little bit. So that works out really well. Now we're just going to rinse these off real quick. Make sure there's no grit or shell on them. I didn't find any. One felt like there was a little clunk on there, but it was fine. So there you go. Now we have our eggs ready. I guess I can go ahead and have my eggs. These are very pretty. They came out so nice. No dark rings or anything on them today. Not always that way. So there we go. Now we'll just goes in there. I don't know. You could use this same base actually for a potato salad too if you wanted to. It's pretty easy, the same thing. And I don't have my pickle relish out yet. So now I'm just smashing the egg yolks up. Usually I'd pulse them in my little mini Oster, but I can smash them up in here. I just love macaroni salad. One of my favorite things to make, one of my favorite things to eat, especially in the summer. Take it to a lot of carry-ins and picnics. Okay, pickle relish. vinegar. You only use about 1/8 of a cup. Just half of 1/4 of a cup, so that was 1/4 of my half cup. And I love vinegar-based anything. A lot of people don't like vinegar. So if you don't, I guess you could leave it out. But I just can't imagine having it without it. Okay. Oops. Another egg yolk. Okay, this is how easy it is, folks. So easy. Takes hardly any time at all. And I'm going to just, instead of chopping them, this is faster. Just squish them up in my hands. And we're about done, other than the pickle relish and the macaroni. You can also add a little bit of Dijon, yellow mustard, spicy brown mustard to it. I usually use a little brown spicy mustard. I didn't have that out yet either. See how this isn't hard. This isn't hard. And I hope some of you beginning cooks are starting to see that, you don't have to spend all day in the kitchen to make something. Special occasion and holidays are different. Sometimes those meals take us a little longer to put together. But as a rule, you work all day, you might have a couple of kids, and a husband that works all kinds of long hours, and you just want something you can throw together that's quick and easy. Well, it doesn't come much easier than most of the recipes I'm showing you are just super, super easy. I got a couple tablespoons of pickle relish I'm throwing in there. Maybe I'll use a tablespoon of brown mustard. Look at this. We're under 20 minutes. I think that's pretty good. Tablespoon of brown spicy mustard. You can use, like I said, you can use Grey Poupon, you can use French's Yellow, Great Value, Kroger's, whatever. Mustard is mustard. If you like yellow mustard, use that. Like a little spicy brown mustard, it works. It all works. Let me check my pasta. See how it's doing. It's a little warm yet. I don't mind it a little warm. I want it to go in there. I want it to soak up all that goody sauce that we've just put together. And here we have it. Here we go, people. Now I'm going to taste it for seasoning. It isn't ready till it's been in the refrigerator about 2 or 3 hours. But it will. I'm going to taste it for like salt and pepper. Just a little more pepper. Salt's good. Didn't take much salt. Because remember, we salted our water for our pasta. So the macaroni's seasoned. And there you go. Doesn't look like much now, but wait till that pasta soaks up all that juice. And if I bake anything else today, I'll show you on the next video what it looks like after it's sat. And maybe I'll do those hard-boiled chicken salad, hard-boiled eggs. And if I do that, then this should be ready to show you. So hang in there, look for the next video. I can't tell you how much it means to me that all of you are following me and liking my post and making comments and getting in touch with me, telling me how grateful they are that I've showed them how easy some of these recipes can be. They thought were so hard, and they're just not. I don't know how many years I was married. I'll bet it was 15 years before I made lasagna because I thought it was so hard. It's really not hard, and it's so good. Lasagna will be on the list one of these days when it turns a little colder in the fall. I'll make a lasagna and I'll show you that anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. And you don't even have to be Italian because as far as I know, I've got no Italian blood in me. I'm a German by the major part of me and a little English thrown in. So that's all. That's as much as I know about my background. So we're good to go now. Go out. It's a beautiful day. It's hot. Don't be out very long. At least here in the northeast part of Indiana, it is humid, and we're up to probably pretty close to 90 degrees by now. It was 85 a couple hours ago, so I'm guessing it's up to 90. So take care. Look after your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, especially in this heat. If you have an elderly neighbor, make sure they're getting plenty of water to drink, that they're eating that like they're supposed to. As we get older, we don't tend to pay attention to mealtime, and they can forget that they haven't eaten. And it's very important that they stay hydrated. So along with the water, make sure they're eating a little something, and share treats. Do like I do. I share them with my neighbors. I give this stuff away, and I say, here, have some of this. I don't have any elderly neighbors anymore. The one that did live here, they moved, and but I still share with a couple of the neighbors around here that we chat with and stuff. So go out and have a good day. Make it a good one, y'all. Really, seriously. It's only Monday. It's gonna go up from here. Okay. Glad to see you back in Cat's Country or Cat's Cooking Kitchen. Cat's Cooking Kitchen. If I could get my tongue unwound from my teeth, I could say that. And we'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.